Welcome back, everybody, for the final part of today's Burning Wheel Patronage. Ash, I owe you a perception test.
You do?
I guess this is... I don't know if it's perception or observation. It's still going to be an Ob2 test, so...
Yep.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to beat your acting, so... I don't know. Roll 3 dice and see what we get. They don't. They do not notice. The guards fail to notice.
I mean, that meets my ob, doesn't it? 4 and a 6?
Oh, it's 4 and a 6. Yeah, so I think what happens is they notice when you get back to once they like one of them opens the door, and like they notice you like open an eye to like see where you are. And they're like, "Well, milady, you'll be spending the evening in the chapel tonight." And he like stands you up.
Is he hot?
Not really. He's like a little bit overweight. Like he's bald. He's actually got the monk haircut.
A tonsure.
Yes.
It's a trait in this game. So
Wow.
In which case, I'm like,
Are you into sort of Friar Tuck cosplayers?
Yeah, purple
I mean,
and gold
it's
Friar
very
Tuck.
practice in the room. So no, oh god, fucking hell. Very well, but I must be allowed to send a message to my father.
Yeah, and they say, the people we spoke to in the Piazza were already on the way to inform your family.
Fuck. And so I'm like,
you can't say fuck. That's like another lash.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm sure. So I rub him on the top of his bald head, and I'm like, I'm sure they'll be here to collect me shortly. Then, like, yeah, rub him on his head and sit down.
He... I want to say he backhands you.
Go for it, mate.
Yeah,
I can take him.
I think he does. I think he backhands you. And
Cool. I'm gonna catch his hand and punch him with it.
I'm sorry. No, you're not. This guy is like 6 foot tall and like big and muscly, and you're a small, weedy.
All right, yeah, that's fair. I wanted to
You have resources 0. You're not well fed.
Can you make a
And this dude is like professional soldier of God.
Can you make a steel test, please?
Yes, I can. What's the ob?
To look at the obs for steel tests. Well, the ob is your hesitation.
It's my hesitation. Okay.
Is that right?
Which is
Yeah, hesitation and steel test is subtract from hesitation. Yeah, test steel against hesitation, which is the obstacle test when confronted with surprise, fear, or pain. Disadvantages can be added, but I don't think any of them apply.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. So there's 2 beats. As like you're just stunned by both like the sting in your face. You've been thrown to the floor. and this like very very big imposing man standing over you, and he says, you were in the house of you are in the house of God now, milady, and you will behave yourself as fit. I think like in the time that you're still hesitating, like he like lifts you up by the arm and like drags you over to a pew and like sits you down.
I'm happy to leave that there.
Yeah.
And like see what the others are up to.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, because that's a good point to be like, yep.
Mm-hmm. So I think we fade to black on that, and essentially they're gonna like for the night, like you don't get any sleep, and you are like you and a bunch of other people, like mostly people who are just drunk, and have been like disorderly. You're made to say like the equivalent of doing rosaries, and each of you has to go into the confession box and confess to whatever it is you did. And
is there a test in that?
Well, it depends. Depends if you want to get anything out of it. Like,
Is there intent?
Yeah, is there intent?
Yeah.
Like, is Sophia gonna roll over and just take that?
Well, the point is that I think she wants to ingratiate herself to the people here.
Okay.
I think she wants to perform exceptionally well.
Okay.
Are you still trying to sell them the statue that they smashed? Like, what's the deal here?
Dave, I can make another.
I
feel like you can just circles up people who don't hate you.
You could do that.
You say that, but
You can. I can't, but you can. Go for it. It's funny. I don't really understand, but I'm super into it.
I mean, the point is, I'm just trying to be like, I'm a good girl. I will say my prayers, right? I want them to like. I want to specifically have them be like, she was well behaved while she was being made to say prayers.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think is falsehood, but
yes,
because she's absolutely not.
Yeah.
What's the for that falsehood?
Still up for.
What's the perception score of God?
All right, 4.
Literally rolling against the will of God.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, and there's no like repercussions here. Just the...
Other than they know that I'm not pious, right?
Yeah, they know you're not pious, and like you will like you're now on a step towards like getting like an infamous reputation within the church of being, because you are a noble
heretic.
and like you're kind of
fucking heretic.
You are an important person.
Yeah.
Like in the like the social structure.
On the plus side, now I have falsehood.
Woo!
Good job. Good job.
You did it!
You did it.
You lied enough, you learned how to do it properly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good skill.
I'm getting good at this game now.
Great. Okay.
I think you're very good at this
You
game.
notice I did another falsehood there. It was.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I'm proud of you. Okay, yeah. So we get like a montage of Sophia like saying her prayers and like trying to be a good Christian girl, and like we can tell that the monks and the inquisitors are having none of this, and they're well aware of the game you're playing.
Yep.
So what do we see next? Do we see like Alov and Adriana? Like, do you guys talk after what happens?
I mean, I imagine a short conversation at the very least. Yeah. So like, yeah, you're just making this worse. I'm like, why isn't anyone else trying anything?
Well, these are the ways that your human things work. If she's done the wrong thing, then she goes to the... I'm not sure how churches work.
Honestly, neither am I. It's been a long time since I've set foot in one.
And that's okay, is it? You're allowed to not do that?
It is what it is. I won't tell if you won't. She gives you like a little smile, of like, I'm being friendly with you, stranger.
Oh, sure. No, I wouldn't tell anyone. I don't know what I would tell them.
Fair enough. I think I've heard a little of you, the dwarf with the Piazza. You're relatively new in the city.
Aye, yeah, relatively. Starting up a little handyman business.
Interesting. I would have thought, being on the Piazza, your interests are more creative?
Well, they are, but it's got to be funded somehow. And it's not like I know enough people to be selling my pieces, exactly. It's much more complicated than I expected. Who you know and who their parents are and all this seems to figure far much more into it than...
Well, isn't that the truth? It is surprisingly difficult to get wealthy in the city. It's harder still to keep it. It's taken me a lifetime. Though I imagine that is not as many as you've been alive.
My little ears wiggle at the idea that you're a rich person.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, like she's nicely dressed, and like it's not like flashy, but it is. I mean, you have an eye for craftsmanship. Like it's nice and an expensive dress, and her Elia, her secretary, is like hovering around her with like a satchel of like papers in like a nice suit, and is clearly like waiting at a respectful distance. Like she is in this space with more like surrounded by other people who are like artists and dressed more like Vito was. Yeah, she is clearly possessed of a bit more funds.
Oh, no, not too much older than you humans. I don't think. I'm a young whippersnapper when I left home.
Ah, you'll forgive me. My knowledge of dwarves is limited at best. I have a very local specialization. Adriana Reasade, a pleasure to meet you. And I hold out a hand for you to kiss.
Yeah, I'd shake it.
Yeah, and I like
yes,
smirk again.
The pleasure's all mine. Lady Adriana. My name's Alov.
I see. Well, where do you operate within the Piazza?
Oh,
Mr. Alov?
there's a little workshop. You can normally tell it. I'm the only one who's put a chimney out the front for the forge.
I see.
Really should get around to making myself a sign. But I was going to make it as the sculptor. Times change.
I'm curious. Are you any good?
No, Not really.
An honest artist. Now you are a rarity. Well, if you get good, and I wave at Elia, who probably pulls out like one of. We discussed like the idea of business cards, not a thing I have, but like giving a piece of paper with like my address on it is a thing. And I go, if you get good, I'd be interested in seeing it. You'll be quite the rarity in town, a dwarven artist. Yeah, and I give him like a piece of paper with my address on it. As if you need help finding buyers.
Oh, I mean, not to be too forward about it. I recently crafted a piece, as you say, a rarity. Set of tools.
Oh.
Humans can't. They can't do this. Unfortunately, I overestimated the amount the artists had to spend on their craft.
I see. Yes, you know, it's not a class known for its wealth, and I imagine it's quite hard for you to find access to noble painters.
Certainly.
Craftsmen even. Bring the pieces by my office. We can discuss if there's anything I can do to help you.
Oh, I'd be honored. I mean, that's what I was angling for, but for it to actually work, I'm pleasantly surprised.
At the worst, we'll have a cup of tea and you can tell me about how you made them. At best, we'll find someone to buy them. I will take a small percentage.
Of course.
You'll make money, get your name out there, maybe get enough blocks of stone you can practice and be less. Well, become a better artist than your current opinion of yourself.
That sounds fantastic. Do you know when would be a good time?
I have some appointments this morning, but tomorrow, this afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning, whenever suits you.
Elia like pipes in and says, "You have a 4 p.m. free tomorrow."
The one is a good help.
And I suddenly noticed them for the first time. Oh, God.
Yeah. And it's like the wonders of good health. It's truly, what would I do without her? Well then, I will see you at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Look after yourself, Master Elov.
Yeah, and I do a very, very rigid, kind of terrible bow. Sort of jerking motions.
Yes. There is a very like polite chuckle and like a small curtsy as well.
And he doesn't wait long enough as he turns to leave to be like, oh yes, like you can still hear him like being excited about it. Oh yeah, there we go.
It's like the most successful 2 days you've ever had.
Let's finally turn it around, Elov. Finally.
Yeah, I'm walking off with Ellie and it's like, what an interesting fellow. Well, if nothing else, he'll keep tomorrow afternoon nice and light. Anyway, we have things to accomplish. Yeah. Do we want to get it full into the next stage of Operation Acquire a Theatre?
Yeah, if you wanna like explain to me how you're possibly going to afford this.
I mean, so you're the one who stated it's an auction. By a bunch of people who are there to buy fishing boats. So
that's right. I wanted to make a test. Let me make a character sheet for Mateus, because he's gonna make a
bureaucracy.
Yes, he's gonna make a bureaucracy test.
Which I imagine he's good at.
He's fairly good at it, yes. And so if he succeeds at said test, like there won't be much in the way of competition.
Cool.
Bureaucracy. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, he's probably like a 4 in bureaucracy plus some forks. So let me have a look at the old obs in here. Like, if he fails, then he hasn't, like, hushed up the change of venue enough.
Yeah.
And there will be other people there who
Sure.
are capable of...
Because, yeah, like, if this succeeds, I feasibly pick this place up for a pittance.
Now, that's how you spell bureaucracy. Okay. Filling forms, forming a committee, finding coherent policy. Finding Lord Julius. I don't know what that reference is. It's an Ob 8 bureaucracy test.
The book is full of them. Just things that we don't know about.
I think this is probably an Ob 4. Ob 3. I think this is an Ob 3 test.
Oh, I found it. The leader of the city-state... So he's a comic book character of some kind?
Okay.
The leader of the city-state Palnu, who rules his city by making the bureaucracy so complicated that no one but him can figure it out. He looks, acts, and talks like Groucho Marx.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching this film the other day. Completely off topic. I was watching this film the other day. It's called The Limehouse Golem. It's on Netflix. It's really, really good. It's got, like, Bill Nighy in it. And it's, like, a Victorian-era murder mystery, like, Jack the Ripper style stuff. And it's all a pretty, like, standard affair. Like, there's twists and turns. It's a very, very good film. And then fucking Karl Marx is in it. Karl Marx is one of the suspects in this crime because he goes to the same library as the person who did the murders.
Okay.
And so there's just someone who's just playing Karl Marx in his big beardy thing, and he's like, "Did you kill these people for Karl Marx?" He's like, "Of course I didn't. One of the people who died was a Jew. Why would I kill a Jew?" It was crazy. It was. Anyway, I'm gonna make this test. I'm gonna give him 2 forks because this is the thing that he does.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mateus. I spent effort on you.
Yeah. See, he does it. He does the thing.
Yeah. I still have this ready. I'm gonna refresh quickly. I've got like just a floating tooltip.
Yeah, that happens on Roll20 sometimes.
That's very.
But I shouldn't say anything bad about Roll20. Roll20 is perfect.
No, it's cool to say bad things about it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's the cool thing to do. Yeah, I was kind of close. I got the R in the wrong place, and I missed some U's and some E's.
It's one of the most difficult words that I know how to spell.
Yeah. Okay, so there is definitely a section in one of these books about auctions.
I will believe you. I could make my life easier if before we walk into that room I identify who wants to buy the theatre other than me, and then I send Elia to put a knife up against their back and tell them not to bid. But one, that could get Elia in trouble, I don't want that, and two, I don't want to push Elia into being my crime assistant. Despite that's the character I made her to be, unless she wants to do that.
What 17-year-old girl knows what she wants?
I mean, I'm aware, but you know.
More complicated than 17-year-old boys. Because I know what they want.
Oh, dear.
Okay, here we go. Bidding.
It's crime.
Another method of setting a price is via an auction or open bidding. In this case, interested buyers make offers. I've lost the page now. It's disappeared. Oh my god, there we go. But players could... you basically bid on the resource obstacle you want to roll.
Okay. and then it's just if there's anyone else there who wants
Yeah.
to.
But yeah. Yeah, I think Mateus can like be he made his orb. I think we're probably looking at like an orb. Like for an empty theater.
There's not even a small business at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it comes with a full actors troupe and crew and such.
Yeah, there's just really nothing in here that is like buying a house.
Yeah. Buying a building that you've rigged an auction that no one there came in with the intention of buying that building.
It feels.
Right.
I know this isn't helpful because I'm not basing it on the book, but it feels like an odd 5 to me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Ob 5.
What? Yo.
It's prime real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I think it's Ob 5, but I think it's made easier by the fact that you've rigged the auction.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like it being easier.
Yeah, I think it's an Ob 4.
Okay. I physically cannot succeed at. At
So you're gonna have to think about getting some money from somewhere else.
Okay. I'm going to Circles. Another
Money.
loan shark mate. From my days of being a dangerous criminal loan shark. And like I would have sent him letters like the night before, I think, because I would know that I'm gonna buy a building. So I think this is definitely at least gonna, like circling someone who is a person who loans money on, or at least is in the business of acquiring and flipping assets. And yeah, I will meet him at the auction house and have a conversation with him or them about either giving me a lump sum of cash that I will have to pay back, or going like half with me. So what do we think it takes to Circles a fellow entrepreneur?
So the question I have is this guy still... Is he still like a criminal? Or has he like gone partially legit?
I think the thing
like
was that because my like money lender life path wasn't an outcast life path. I've like flavored it of I may be dealt in some shady stuff, but it was a city life path. So I think he was similar of like he operates in a shady part of town, and I think he didn't quite clear the requisite amount. Like maybe he can go do the exams to become a banker, or whatever. But so he still operates in like the dock district, which is why he's like gonna be in the right place. I imagine he still has his like hand in some shady stuff. I don't think he's like an out and out robber baron. Well,
okay,
at least
so
as much as you could be a payday loan person and not be a robber baron.
So specific occupation.
Yep.
Lower rank, station, or social or class.
I mean,
you specifically said he has not risen to the levels.
Sure, I just don't know. Like
that's the question I was asking. If you want someone who
but
is a rich banker who can loan you money, something different.
Yeah, I guess. Don't know.
And then you want someone who's right here, right now, in the middle of trouble.
No. But now this is the thing of like this is stuff I would have been setting up across the course of the.
Like,
Of
gave you an orb.
over the course of a day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right here, right now feels harsh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ob 7.
Did I not circle someone? What level of test was my earlier circles? I didn't mark it down. Just realized. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Ob 3.
Difficult.
Difficult, yeah.
There we go. Okay. I mean, I'm forking in my Silver Siren reputation. Not that it will matter. I don't think my banker's affiliation comes in.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's just not available. Like you need to get a loan right now, and
Yeah.
you need a loan before your next payday.
I was about to say it's unfortunate that they weren't around during the Renaissance.
Yeah.
You just can't get the Wonga.
Ads. You ever like looked at the numbers at the bottom that they tried?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
had a friend who took out one of those. It did not. It
Yeah,
was bad.
Thousands of percent. I'm like,
Yep.
what?
yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I just physically cannot afford it at that point. Like,
You could you could make a cash die,
yeah,
and that would give you like 4 dice to roll on a 4, but the risk of failing and like tanking your resources even more.
yeah. No, I will just sit and observe the auction, and I will find the person who buys it, and I will deal with them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. So that's my current plan.
Yeah.
You stab up.
Scary stab girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna converge my I want to support this girl and
Yeah.
want to fuck some people up.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good time to leave it,
Yeah.
and I'll think about who buys the theater.
Yeah, we can open on a montage of the auction sequence.
Yeah,
And
the
then
theater.
Hunting them down.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Then let's go through our beliefs, instincts, and traits.
What? Oh.
Oh, did you want to do a scene?
No, I didn't realize it was the end yet.
No.
Do
Shit.
you want to do
Sorry,
something? Have you got a 10-minute idea?
No. I just want to see what's going to go on.
Yeah. Okay, Ash.
Hi.
Muted. Hit me up with that, Arthur.
Yeah, so, I thought I was gonna do real good today. Didn't. I worked towards having an exhibition all of my own. It may have got me in trouble,
Yeah.
but I
Mhm.
towards it.
You worked towards it by making some art. I think you worked towards making an investment as well. I think the tools
I
are...
did both of those.
I think the tools are kind of an investment.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they are an investment. I think they're working towards it.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's 2 for that. I was trying to get a message to father to try and get, to try and see if I could somehow have Martin rescue me from the convent, and that would be a thing that would impress father. But I don't think that works. So
No, I don't think so.
so 2 fate for working towards those. Now, would you say that my flirting with Alov got me in trouble?
No.
No. Do you think by never
just
bowing
got
to
laid.
etiquette?
Never bowing to etiquette got you in trouble.
Yes.
100%.
I think it did.
100.
100%.
I think I agree with that.
Sweet. Yeah. God. Yes.
Always having a tasting snack on hand did not get me in trouble.
No.
And I don't think. Let me look at my character traits, because like, did Reckless take the thing in a new and interesting direction?
I mean, I think nearly every single episode, yes.
Then I will happily
Yeah.
accept Arthur for that.
Yeah, so that puts you on 8 fate.
Yep.
Nice one.
You also start rolling some 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I need to introduce that old rule that we were using in Bone and Wheel at this rate. Though
Yeah.
Super seems to be spending fate just fine. It's
Yeah.
the rest of us that have a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, what did you get?
I tried fixing things for a living.
You
I
did?
succeeded. I passed my first belief.
You did that. That's the persona.
I didn't practice talking to people. I did just talk to people, but I didn't do any.
Yeah, you
well,
didn't do
I did
any
a
tests.
I did do a persuade roll.
Yeah.
I worked towards it. People don't believe me yet, but
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So that's a fate there.
did I work towards making a name for myself through plasma clans? I don't think so. I think the things I did were more directly
Yes,
applicable
yeah.
to the first two beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Instincts didn't come up in a negative way. My traits. The only ones I would even think about talking about are hard work or humility in terms of moving character in an interesting direction, but I don't know
Yeah.
the things I did. I think I might just do.
Yeah. So just a fate and a persona?
Yeah. On my sheet, I now have 9 fate on persona.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Finbar.
Hi. So, I found out how to acquire the theatre from the city. I then
You
failed
did.
to do
You
that.
failed
but
to acquire it, but you did find out. So that is a persona.
Yep. So, ding. And actually, I won't delete that. I'm just gonna put a little mark so
Yeah.
I remember what it was. And I found out what Elia wants to do with her life, and I am supporting her.
Yeah. It's 2
So-
persona.
Sick. I didn't do anything with the Captain of Lucretius on a Crusade
No.
belief. I've rewritten my always pay your debts instinct to something that I think I don't know, because it struck me in the middle of the scene with the singing teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never make excuses when it's time to pay debts. Pay, because I think the behavior that I think it is the like, I know that this man is more expensive than I can feasibly afford right now.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, I owe that woman, and I will pay up.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Sure.
that's the thing I want it to be.
Mm-hmm. And that definitely got you in trouble.
So I mean,
Yeah.
if we're happy for me to take that, even though I wrote it as a result of that scene.
Actually, yeah. We'll
But yeah,
we'll keep an eye on that for next time.
Don't think always know something no one else in the room does came up.
No.
Always find at the price of beautiful things. I opened the door for that with Elov, but it's not made my life difficult yet. My call on traits don't get me fate. I don't think I was paranoid, romantic, or materialistic, but maybe intense.
I don't
With-
think
with,
that
like-
that took it
yeah.
in an interesting direction.
Yeah, I think I'd be double dipping on the like fucking chase my like what I like my obligations with no
Yeah.
regard for what it does to my finances.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Cool. Well, I got 2 Persona and 0
Yeah,
Fate.
nice. Cool.
Which is not how this normally works.
I would like to nominate Ash for making me laugh too fucking much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Checks out.
I agree. She's
Great.
ridiculous. Your character, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. My
Yeah.
character is ridiculous, and I definitely
Yeah.
am not.
So you can have another fate.
We need to work together more so we get things like right skill, right time, and workhorse and MVP and all that.
Right
Yeah.
skill, right time is always my skill. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's. Nope.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do some shout outs and then we'll head off. So, Ash, tell all the lovely people where they can find you.
So you can find me. Hi, I'm Ash. I'm a GM, game designer, and streamer. So you can find me on Twitch and also Twitter and YouTube and Patreon. If you want to support me making games, you can find me in all of those places at Acegiak, Acegiak.
Cool. Dave.
Yeah. Hello. I'm Dave. I'm Dave_the_human on Twitter. And Dave_human on Twitch, where I've actually been doing some streaming. It's crazy. How long will it last? Who knows?
Who
Couple of weeks,
knows?
probably. Historically. Doing more role playing stuff on Roll20 app tomorrow. Pathfinder playtest. D&D Friday. D&D.
Waterdeep. Water D&D.
Wardreep Dragon Hoist.
Dragon.
Dragon
Hoist.
Heist.
Hoist.
Hoist of the Dragon.
Oh, that's a book. That's
Yeah.
not true.
Finbar.
Hello, I am Finbar. I make a podcast with Ashley called Feelings First, where we are cowboys and do our
That's
best to not be the victims of discourse. You can follow me on Twitter at FinbarDS, where, I mean, most recently I got a little bit emotional and talked about how much I love Sense8 and the amazing dance sequences. Most of the time it's nonsense, but you know, if you like the nonsense I say here, you might like the nonsense I say there.
Yeah.
Listen to my podcast. It's called Feelings First. I will see you next week, lovely viewers.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Well, I've been Ashley Nova. This is, of course, my channel. If you're here on Twitch watching live, you can hit the follow button, and you'll always be able to find out when I'm live. You can find me on Twitter at Dr. Ashley Nova. You can find me on various other social medias, some variety of Ashley Nova somewhere. I'm on Patreon and Instagram and all that jazz. I just released a new photo shoot for Patreon and it's real good. It's real freaking good. Yeah, that's it. Thanks everyone for watching and we will see you next time. Bye.